What is good, friends? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about officer missions. What do they do? How does it works? Maybe for the novice or the new player, this is a video that will help you accomplish your officer mission if you have lower level officers. Okay, I'm gonna break through everything you need to know about this, so stay tuned and let's do this. So for demonstration purpose, I will use a smaller account. This is my building account. I'm 80 million power, and I do not have top officers. I don't really care about this account. It's mainly for building. So as you see, I have no Air Force officer that is maxed out or leveled out. And I have a few officers that are leveled out as for the ground force officer. Okay. Now, what does the officer mission do? They are important and they serve two purposes. First of all, they will level your officers and they will help you awaken them. Second of all, each time you do an officer mission, you will get a camp bonus. Okay. So let me address the camp bonus first. What is camp bonus? Right there, camp. Now camp rank, when you click on this, all the camp is maxed already. Okay, Camp Liberty, Vanguard, and Martyr's Watch. If you just start this game, you're nowhere near there. And the trick is, you want to focus on one camp at a time, and that camp will depend of how many units you have in that camp that you use the most. Now, we all know that if you want to be competitive on the battlefield, instead of leveling out or working on all your units at the same time, you want to focus on one unit that you use the most on the battlefield, and you want to modify, upgrade, put some nice parts on that unit. It could be one single unit for ground and one single unit for Air Force, but if you start leveling up all your units at the same time, you will have, let's say, 5 ground units that are average rather than one super good and super strong unit. Okay, because on the battlefield, you never use all your units at the same time. When they are used at the same time, it's because you're defending your base, but all the units are in garrison. So on the battlefield, you only use 1 or 2 units at once. You practice to get better, and then you can add more in the mix. So let's say that I use my light tank the most often because it's a fast unit. I like to go behind the enemy line and wreak havoc. You want to focus on Camp Liberty when you work on your missions. You see, camp rank, I should focus on Liberty, make sure that I max this tech tree. Once I do, you want to have more Camp Liberty in your march, in your lineup. Even though, let's say you use only this one, let's say that I'm on the battlefield and I want to fight against enemy units, then what do I do to gain more power? I will simply replace this unit by another Liberty. I just need to deploy it. I don't have to train. And this one as well, I'm gonna pick a random. There you go. And this one as well, I don't need it. So I will put the Sherman. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And in Air Force, 5, 6 unit deployed. But I will only use that Liberty light tank. The other one, it doesn't matter. Why should I do that? Well, let's get back to camp rank, Liberty. Now level 1, you see level 5, damage plus 18% and damage resist plus 18% when 6 Camp Liberty troops deployed. Okay, so that unit is now much more powerful. You don't see it, but it is. I have a nice buff that I can that will help me stay longer in the fight and inflict more damage. So how do I do that in the officer mission? Well, it's really easy. You go to officer mission and you will focus on liberty mission like that. Okay? If you focus on those liberty mission, you will gain more experience in that specific camp, and you will focus on the troop you use on the battlefield rather than the troops that always sits in your base and do and 90% of the time they do nothing. Okay, of course, when you max everything, you have more play, or you have more options there. But let's say that you're starting this game, you want to put those buff in on your side. Okay, that will really help you. So first of all, officer mission, if you want to focus on a camp, focus on the mission that are of that specific camp. Okay, now as for leveling up your officers by simply doing missions, okay, you doesn't matter how much a success rate you have. If you pass the mission, you will accomplish the mission and your officer will gain experience. Okay, but if you do not have 100% success rate, you won't have the bonus. So let me explain you. So I'm gonna do all my missions, and I know you guys, some of you guys are struggling trying to assign officers to the right mission to have 100% success rate. So let me show you how I do my officer missions. I'm gonna start with a 5 requirement, okay? And the officers, they are sorted by not power but level. If you have a maxed officer, it will be always on top, and the bottom you will have a weaker officer, let's say. So I'm gonna start by the bottom. Always easier this way. So this one,
I will
2,
meet them with thunder and fury.
Like lilies
only
in full
1.
bloom.
I can move any steel clunker clean off the ground.
I found a new way.
Okay, and I need this guy right there. So you see, I have 100% success rate. I will gain that officer experience, and if you see on the chest box, that is the probability of claiming those goodies. It's not guaranteed, it's a probability. And if I get 5 books, well, that's amazing because I can level my officer much quicker than that. So of course, mission with more requirement will give you a better reward. It will also take more time, but I'd rather focus on longer mission, because if you always pick missions of 2 officers or 3 officers, you will always be managing those mission all the time. I don't want to play with that forever, so I choose the highest rewards mission first. Now, can I do another 5 requirement missions? Let's see. Maybe. So I'm gonna go with The Witcher.
Start your engines and back to base.
2 out of 5.
Attention to detail means
4
everything.
out of 5, and
Nothing
her.
can stop me.
You see, 100% success rate. That is my reward at the end. Okay. Now let's go for a 4 requirement. This, oh, this one will be hard. Yeah, maybe not.
Stand on your own 2 feet.
Oh, oui, très bien.
Okay.
Glorious up high.
Let's go with this one. Ah,
Grab your gun
this.
and don't stop firing.
This
My
one.
mercy is rare.
And usually I'm gonna try her,
Jesus
even
loves
though she doesn't have the requirement. My first 2 officers compensate for the weaker ones. So now let's go with this. Boom.
It was necessary.
Boom. And
There are
this
so
guy.
many things I'd love to do.
Now it should be easy because all these officers are pretty strong. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can do a 3-officer mission and 2 officers mission. Let's try this.
I guess you dislike.
Fight with glory and honor.
Boom.
Cover them in fire!
And for the grand finale, since those 2 officers are maxed out, that will be really easy. And just like that. So even if I got weaker officers, if you start by the bottom, it will be much easier for you to have always 100% success rate, claim better rewards more often, and level your officers. I didn't care about the mission because my camp bonus is already maxed. If it's your case and you want to focus on that specific mission of the proper camp, it may be a challenge sometimes. You cannot always fill everything at once. Camp bonus and 100% reward, you're gonna have to sacrifice something at one point unless you're really lucky, but besides that, you see, it's no big deal. I know, guys, the officer mission is kind of boring and not time consuming, but yeah, boring. But I mean, if you neglect that, you will miss out on some good rewards. Okay, so even if you finish your camp rank, you should still do your officer mission to level them much quicker. Okay, so, and let's see how much books, no, never mind that. So that's it, guys. That's how the officer mission work. I hope that it was useful for you. If it did, just leave me a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. Stay tuned for more content. There will be more action footage, in-game footage. I know you guys, you loved it. You love it. So, guys, until then, catch you on the next one. See ya.